Hello, everyone, and welcome to my discussion for this week. I chose to interview my sister, who will be referred to as Bev, for this assignment. Bev is a 24-year-old in the emerging adulthood stage. She is a single mother with a 4-year-old son. She is a student as well as a full-time employee. Bev works for the tribe she is a part of and serves the community in which she grew up in and she lives in currently. I chose to interview her because I believe her perspective is unique, and I really wanted to discover more about this stage of life for her and how it is similar as well as different from what we've learned throughout this course. I started the interview by asking her what she feels like the impact of her culture, gender, and age has had on her during this stage of life. As far as culture, because Bev is Indigenous and is able to have the opportunity to practice her Indigenous and traditional life ways, as well as having a lot of opportunities to participate in cultural events, culture has had a huge positive impact on her life and has helped her feel a sense of belongingness and connection with others. As far as her age and gender, at this stage in her life, she feels it can have a negative impact. Because Bev is younger and a single mother, she feels she is unable to connect with people her age, and it doesn't feel like she fits in with people older than her. A lot of her friends don't have children yet, and a lot of people who have children are usually older than her, making her feel less a part of either of these groups. I then asked her what she feels some pros and cons are for being in this stage of her life. A pro that she stated is that she feels at this stage where she can really discover what she is interested in doing career-wise, and that she has time to build that career around something she is passionate about. A con that she mentioned was, as a single young mother, it is harder to connect with someone who she could potentially want to have a romantic relationship with. I asked her about some memories that she feels has shaped her into the person that she is today in this stage of her life. The first memory that she talked about as being a very positive one for her was the birth of her son. This experience showed her who she truly wanted to be in her life. It also shaped the way she viewed herself. After the birth of her son, she viewed herself as a strong woman and felt very empowered. The second memory she talked about was the separation between her and her son's father. When this happened, she felt ashamed and experienced low self-esteem as well as self-doubt. And overall, she explained to me that she really felt like she was being stigmatized because of being that single young mother now. I asked her what she anticipates for her journey and what that looks like for her in the next few years. She explained to me that she felt there was a lot of personal growth and healing that will take place, and that she knows that the journey isn't an easy one for her, and she knows that she has her work cut out for her. She envisions passing cultural values onto her son, as well as breaking generational trauma through the connection to her culture. The challenges Bev faces now is financial issues, parenting and co-parenting struggles, social isolation, and the realization of how she was parented is affecting her now as a parent. I then asked her the question of, how do you overcome these obstacles? She replied with, I'm still learning how to cope in healthy ways and how to allow myself to engage in self-care. In terms of being a single young mother and how that can sometimes negatively impact me, I just try to take it day by day and remember that I am making it and providing for my son. And I feel empowered in that. After this interview, I really started to reflect and started to think about how much this interview really taught me. When I relate Bev's story back to the teachings of this course, I think back to what we learned about in the emerging adulthood stage and how most emerging adults do struggle with identity. I think in terms of Bev's heritage, she is proud and has found her identity within her culture. But in society, it seems it may be a struggle for her to find her place at this point in her life. I learned mostly that each individual is having their own experience in life, and that two people may be emerging adults, but can have totally different experiences within that stage of life. Thank you.